ready to do this? Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Welcome, everybody. Hey, good evening. Hello. We're going to be here on YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
We are on YouTube.
This is maybe the first time I've ever been on YouTube by my own choice.
By your own choice.
I don't know. Maybe if you look me up on YouTube, maybe you'd find some really funny videos.
There's something to do in your free time.
Yeah.
Look up to see if you can find Staci Richardson.
Right, that was my maiden name.
Maiden name on YouTube.
I'm not sure what you
Maybe Staci Weldon. I don't. Who knows?
Probably.
Anyways, to actually what we're going to talk about tonight, we want to welcome you to Youth Group. We, we had been doing Youth Group on Instagram Live for the past few weeks,
which was pretty rad.
I really enjoyed it. It was a little awkward just talking to the screen, so I was super happy that Staci came and joined me the past couple of weeks. But we were kind of talking about it, and it's like, well, why not become YouTubers?
Why not? Everyone else is doing it.
Everyone else is doing it. We feel like you guys probably want to be YouTubers. Maybe you are a YouTuber. And we're like,
it seems like a good time.
Yes, let's take Youth Group
to YouTube.
Wow.
So here we are.
Here we are on YouTube. We also, disclaimer, we have no idea what we're doing.
Not at all.
But
we're going to act like we do.
Totally. We're going to play it cool.
Mm-hmm.
Play it cool, guys.
Play cool. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're going to do a couple different segments. We'll still play our game. We have a really fun segment that we need your help with. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. And then we'll have some announcements and we'll have our talk and just talk about how we can grow in our relationship with God and further know Him and how He applies to our life and how He applies to your life as a junior higher and high schooler. And so, we hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah. Welcome to TCC Youth on YouTube. For our game, we are going to do something on Instagram that maybe you have seen before. It's like a quiz, not a couple quiz, but it's like two-person quiz. So we did it earlier in the evening and recorded it. And so check it out.
Hope you like it.
Hope you like it. Who's more likely to get fired from their job?
Yeah.
Who's more high maintenance? Me. Who would eat everyone else's leftovers? For sure, me. Who's more likely to binge watch a TV show? Man, Who's more paranoid?
Me.
Okay, for this next segment, it's super fun. We talked about it last week on Instagram Live that we needed your help with it. You guys posted some things in the comments. We already had one thing in mind that we wanted to do, so we went ahead and did that, but we did write down the comments that you left, and we will be doing some of those challenges that you posted in weeks to come. Mm-hmm. But for our first ever segment, we're really excited about this name, and this segment is called Rona Made Me Do It. So for this week, we tried out whipped coffee. So here is a how-to video. If you have been wondering how to make it, or if you haven't tried it yet yourself, here's what it looks like.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty tasty, and here it is. So Stace, whipped coffee, what'd you think?
I loved it. So since all of this shelter-in-place situation, we have not gone to like Starbucks or any other coffee place, which is fine. Great, saving some money. That's great. But this made me feel like I was getting a caramel macchiato or something like that. And so I felt fancy instead of my whatever coffee was in creamer. It felt good. And it also felt very caffeinated.
Ooh, you were wired.
I was wired.
Ready to chase Nora and Emmett around.
That's it. That's what I did. Now I'm tired, so whatever.
Here we go. You know,
what did you think?
My thoughts on whipped coffee. I really enjoy coffee, and it wasn't my favorite, but it was fun to make. I did enjoy that, and it's like a fun special treat. So yeah, I'll make it again.
Great for me.
For you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
And I'll enjoy some with you as
okay,
well.
Thanks.
So I thought it was pretty tasty.
Great.
Whipped coffee, folks. Give it a shot if you want. All right, here's our announcements for this week. We meet on Sunday mornings for Breakfast Club at 10:45 a.m. on Zoom. So it's an opportunity for us to actually meet in person, for you not to just watch us, but for us to hear how you're doing. How are you handling this shelter-in-place situation, not being at school? Are you still loving it? Is it old? Are you bored?
We want to hear it all.
Maybe you're back at school now, just virtually, but at home.
Yeah.
And that might be really weird. And maybe you're feeling some type of way about it. Who knows? So yeah, it's Breakfast Club on Zoom. To get the meeting ID, you can either text me personally if you have it, or direct message us on Instagram. You can follow us at _TCC Youth to do that. And then also you can sign up for our automated text system. I send out messages with the meeting ID there. Just to maintain security, we don't want random people hopping in on Breakfast Club. All are welcome, but I'd like to just personally give them the invite. So
that's reasonable.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Next announcement is, for our Rona Made Me Do It segments, we need your help.
Yep.
What are you doing? What is Rona making you do? Like challenges or different things that you haven't done before. Maybe your favorite TikTok video. We could give it a shot.
We could try.
Who knows? But we need your help for that segment. So post in the comments below on this video. Send us a direct message on Instagram for your Rona Made Me Do It segment ideas. And we will get those ideas and we'll try them out. So we're excited for the things to come. Because Rona's making us do some crazy stuff.
Some crazy stuff. Just wait. It gets crazier than whipped coffee, I promise.
I'm excited for this thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And we're now on YouTube. So keep following us on YouTube. Subscribe to our Tracy Community Church YouTube page. We have a youth playlist on that page. That's where we'll be posting all of our updates, information, our Wednesday night videos. But yeah, other than that, here we go for our actual lesson for today. So tonight, we're going to be talking about confidence and our confidence in the Lord. So to start with, Stace, would you say you're a confident person?
I would say that naturally I am not a very confident person. Especially when I was in junior high and high school. I was just very quiet and shy and just didn't find my confidence in who I was. And as I have grown, one, just like grown up and become an adult, but also have grown in the Lord and learned who He says I am and who He has created me to be, I have found confidence in it's okay for me to be like a little bit weird and use a lot of finger guns like I've done tonight. It's okay. Like I can be confident in who I am. I'm a little weird. I'm a little quirky, but that's who God created me to be. And it's kind of fun. It's kind of like a relief that I can find my confidence in who God created me to be and not feeling shy or like I have to be someone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really like that. I would say that I'm naturally a confident person, or at least I can be confident on the outside. Like I can come across very confident. But that confidence can get me into a lot of trouble. It can turn into pride, and pride's not super great. It can be pretty ugly. And so what happens is like I get into situations and I'm in over my head and I'm just like, I can do this. Like I got this. I can rely on my own strength. And sometimes I make really poor decisions, or it just like is a struggle. And I'm like super drained. I'm burnt out. I'm wiped out. I'm just exhausted. And I find myself being like, man, why am I just feel like my wheels are constantly going? And I just am always at my wit's end. And it's because when I find myself, is I'm fully relying on myself. I'm not relying on who God calls me to be. I'm not really seeking out who God is calling me to be. And then I'm also not finding my identity in who God says I am. I'm trying to make a name and identify myself by myself, not with God alongside Him. Tonight we're going to be in Psalm 121 and looking at what David had to write about where his confidence came from. And so let's give it a read. So Psalm 121, if you would like to turn there yourself. It says this, boom, boom, boom. We're just gonna, all right. Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in, from this time forth and forevermore. So I loved this psalm and what the psalmist had to say about where their confidence comes from. And it's just a great reminder, I really think, not only for this time, I know personally a lot of the things that I can personally find my confidence in have been canceled.
Taken away.
They're taken away. They're gone. And so in this time, like, it's just a great opportunity to do this, to find my confidence in the Lord, to recognize like that God is out there and He is real, and He cares about us, and not that He cares about us more right now, but it's just an opportunity where things kind of get pushed aside and were canceled for us. Like, we have so much more opportunity to really sit, stop, be still, and just recognize who God has created us to be, who He says we are, regardless of our performance, if you're a performance-based person, or if you're someone who might be a little more shy and afraid to maybe take a step or say hello to people, or you know, whatever it could be. We can do these things because God gives us confidence in Him. What I really like too is in verse 4, it says, behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. And it's just kind of reminding us that hey, God is aware, He cares,
He knows what's going on
about everything, right? And He's not sleeping. During this time, God hasn't gone anywhere. He's not asleep. And so my hope and prayer for us, just as a youth group, and anybody else who's watching, is that we would take this opportunity to not necessarily doubt God's power or who He is, but take it as an opportunity to seek out and really find out who He is, because He is at work in this time. And this can be an opportunity for us to grow in an understanding of who God is, so that we can better walk with Him and walk in His ways for our life, and let that confidence in God build, so that we're not relying on our own strength. Because as I have learned the hard lesson of, I'm not that strong. I get tired, I get frustrated, I get impatient. But when I'm walking in step with God and who He has designed me to be and His desires for my life, there are more times where I find myself just with a little more patience, or when I find myself with just a little more clarity of mind. So when I find myself in situations that are confusing or difficult, not that anything gets easier in life, or God is just my big red easy button, but
you're not alone.
I'm not alone. And I know that He's right there with me. And so for us and for you as a junior high or high schooler, my hope is that you would know the truth that you can have confidence in God. And God has created you just as you are. He's created you to be you. He doesn't need you to be like somebody else. He doesn't need you to be anything else other than who he created you to be. And the way we figure out and find out who God created us to be and how like we were beautifully and wonderfully made is by spending time with him. You got to spend time with him. And so our encouragement to you is open your Bible up. Read Psalm 121. Read it a few times. Read it one time through. It's short. It's 8 verses long. It's not long.
It won't take you long.
Read it a few times through. So the first time, just read it straight through. The second time, put like a pencil or a highlighter or a pen in your hand and highlight verses that stick out to you. And then read it one more time through. And as you read through it, claim things that are true. Like insert your name from verse 3 down to like put yourself. Like he will not let put your name in there. So like Justin's foot to be moved. He who keeps Justin will not slumber. And so do that. Just to like read over, like claim it as truth for your life. Like may God's word influence and affect your life to be a better person. Well, we love you, TCC Youth. We miss you dearly.
So much.
And we look forward to seeing you in person, like when we could give you a big old high five, big old hug.
That'll be great.
Hopefully soon.
Yes.
So don't forget to join us on Sunday at 10:45 a.m. on Zoom. Make sure you ask for the meeting ID because you'll need that to be a part of it.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you on Sunday morning and next Wednesday on YouTube.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Bye. More finger guns. More finger guns.